So officially, Chelsea has now signed a manager for the club. Chelsea has officially announced the signing of their new head coach, Liam Rosenior from FC Strasbourg. I'm not actually surprised. I made a video before now regarding this manager, and I was not surprised that he was going to be the manager, considering the fact that Chelsea and Strasbourg is like owned by the same set of people. You see, Strasbourg is also a secondary team that is being owned by the blue code, the owners of the Chelsea. They are actually the owners somehow of the Strasbourg team. So this manager is actually the manager who has been with Strasbourg. So his contract is going to be expiring in 2032. It's going to be a 6.5 year contract. Well, one thing I have learned recently or over time is not to criticize anyone, be it a manager, a player. No one should be underestimated. Now, he hasn't really done so much extremely so good with the Strasbourg team, but he hasn't done badly either. I would give him like a 50%, considering the fact that he has been in a team like Strasbourg in the France league, and maintaining the tempo he has. I will give him a 50. I will give him an average. I would say he has done very well for the Strasbourg team. But of course, we know that Chelsea, England, is a different ball game. Now, his record for Strasbourg: he played 62 games. He won 31 of those games. He drew 14 and lost 17. Scored 103 goals, conceded 77, and his win rate is about 50%. So we are going to welcome him. We're going to accept him. This is the Premier League. One thing I know about Chelsea is that Chelsea does not really matter whether the manager. Sometimes you may be a manager that has not done certain things in your career before then. But once you come to Chelsea, there is something about Chelsea. There's an aura in that Stamford Bridge. We could see, we could tell from the likes of, Sarri when he came from Napoli. Before he came, I don't think Sarri had ever won a trophy in his coaching career. But when he came to Chelsea, we saw that Sarri won the Europa League with Chelsea. Chelsea first ever Champions League was with an interim manager who has never been a coach, has never won a trophy. But when he came to Chelsea, I'm talking about Roberto Di Matteo way back in 2012. And then we also saw Enzo Maresca, who won 2 major trophies for Chelsea. This manager might have not done a whole lot, but of course, we're going to give him the support and hope that he does what he's expected to do. This manager, I have checked his record, and I have seen some of the things he has been doing. I think he's not what people are expecting. He's not just a yes sir manager. He's a manager that demands for results. He's a manager that he asks for certain things. We have seen that the Chelsea board wants a manager who will be loyal and humble and receives every instructions to the letter, to the letter T, that they say. But I think Liam Rosenior is not that kind of a manager 100%, because even before he came, we saw that he was asking for a certain player, I think McGree from Crystal Palace or so. But we wish him well. We hope that he does well with the Chelsea side. This is the Premier League. Premier League is a different ball game altogether. His responsibilities has now increased. So I don't see why anybody should criticize him and say he's a young manager. Of course, he's 41. And of course, the squad is also a young squad. So I'll be vouching for him. We're going to give him time. It could be 1 season. It could be 2 seasons. It could be in 6 months to see him replicate the kind of result that a standard Chelsea would look like. So welcome to the club, Liam. It's good to see you. Of course, we already have one Liam, even though the Liam has not been doing extremely well. But we hope that with the new Liam manager we have, our Liam Delap will, get back into form and perform very greatly. And of course, not to forget that this same manager has been the coach of Andre Santos way back in Strasbourg. And Andre Santos was amazing under this Liam Rosenior guy. And he did extremely well. So kudos to him. And let's see how this goes. It's a 6.5 year deal. Welcome to Stamford Bridge.